Giant Orion. You know, you mentioned one constellation, Orion's belt, looking like Sagittarius with that image of the arrow through the heart. That is terrifying.
This man is terrifying as it is. That mask that he wears doesn't make it any better. He is a frightening person to stand in front of.
And he was wondering, how can Orion get any scarier and more intimidating? And then something as simple as a half piece of leather on his face.
You don't realize, from looking at this man from a fan standing, you can see he's big. But when you stand in front of this man and look up at him, and you look way up, you can see that he is a giant.
It's intimidating.
I had a conversation with Orion in the back earlier today. My neck started to hurt from looking up at him while I was chatting. Orion can just reach up and change the lights here in the RCCG Pavilion.
Yeah, we should ask them if they have any burnout light bulbs. He'll probably work double duty.
Joey White making his Superstars of Wrestling debut. Gary, this was a good guess.
This was exciting for me to bring in because I know Joey White from my home. He's from back home in Nova Scotia. So he actually reached out to me wanting to come join Superstars. I don't know if he knew that I was putting him in the ring with a winner of the cup, but we're happy that he came to stepped up. Let's see what Joey has to offer.
Interesting about Joey White, 192 pounds, but the announcement made earlier tonight that Cruiserweight Championship being introduced. Depending on how tonight goes, Joey White could be someone entering that tournament. Or he has to survive Orion.
That's what I was going to say. He could also leave in a stretcher.
Joey White, not a small man. Joey White, 6'3", looks absolutely dwarfed by Orion.
6'3", and he has to look at that far up. Oh yeah, don't make fun of the big man, Joey.
Coach, what's the game plan of insulting a man of that size?
I thought that was just how Joey spoke.
Either bravery or stupidity. It's one of the two.
Expect nothing less from you, Kotsabasakis. But here we go. This contest is underway, and I have to learn the strategy.
Test of strength.
Yeah.
There you go, Joey. That's thinking.
Joey White doing the smart thing, going after the legs of the big man. You see him shoot for those legs. I don't think you're gonna take Orion down though.
Orion, that
When you
MMA
shoot for the
background.
legs.
And we've mentioned this on a few shows, but his victory over Dan Severn. Knockout victory as he throws Joey White. But I want to make another thing clear. He had 6 victories in MMA. All of them were finishes. He had finished all of his opponents, right? He ain't looking for decisions. He wants to get rid of you in that ring.
Dan Severn, a UFC Hall of Famer, if I'm not mistaken, Travis.
Yes, he is. Former UFC champion, super fight champion, UFC 5 champion.
Dan Severn, the only thing he saw at the end of the night was looking up at the lights when he got into the cage with Giant Orion.
It's true. Now, I think this is a good strategy. Distance, focus on those leg kicks. Joey White, you know, we mentioned Orion's MMA background, and he's using an MMA tactic to keep distance.
Yeah, smart decision. Bring the man's legs down. You bring him down to your size.
Joey White going for a test of strength, that seems like a stupid move by me.
No, I didn't
to
think
me,
it
I
was a
should
smart
say.
decision.
I don't make stupid moves, not stupid moves by me.
Well, you know, I hate to agree with the coach, but I think anyone getting that close to Orion is not wise. But look, the kid's having some success. Immediately got kick to the back of the head, and a discus forearm has the Giant staggered.
Joey White is rattling in the Giant.
The thing about Joey White, I don't mean to cut you off, Travis, while I do, if I'll do it anyway. Joey White, he is nowhere near the size of Orion, but he's got those long legs.
Joey White, look how innovative he was. Joey White had that cravat looking for his patented move, the white lights. He was able to turn it into almost a bulldog maneuver and then hit that running European uppercut.
And the other thing that's interesting too is he got Orion down, and look, he got Orion into the ring.
With that pump kick.
Here's the thing, if you recall, when Orion was in the ring with Kernan, and then he was in the ring with Mark Thomas last month, how long into the match was it before Orion was down? Joey White doing it quickly.
We have not seen Orion go down that quick in a match yet.
I barely remember the Giant going down the last 2 matches.
Oh, it wasn't too long.
And caught by the big man. He has squashed a 6'3", nearly 200-pound man like an insect.
We were talking about the long limbs of Joey White. He's got to continue to do that. He was seeing success using his legs, using his kicks to create distance. Then again, he doesn't know how to breathe anymore after that, I don't think.
Yeah, his kicks might be good, but when a frying pan hits you in the middle of the chest, look at these clubbing blows.
The hand was bigger than the man's chest. Wow. Uh-oh. I think Joey's about to
Orion just manhandling Joey White.
Not the way you want to go into the ring.
If I'm in the crowd, I'm running. This man looks at me like that. I'm getting at a dodge. Steps over the ropes like nothing, and Joey White looks like he's turning white as a ghost, looking at Orion. Orion with that backbreaker.
This man can stand up with some of the greatest giants in the industry. Andre, Paul White, Hornswoggle.
Absolutely, and he has very offense. We saw that backbreaker sidewalk slam. I thought that was going to put him away, honestly.
You mentioned the giants that have been in this industry, Gary. Look, he's knocked out a lot of people, and I know we've mentioned this ad nauseum. Paul White never knocked out Dan Severn.
This is true, man. And again, back to that MMA point, you think of pride fighting in Japan, those knees to the top of the head. Mark Coleman used to utilize them like that, and that MMA background is showing strong in this match. And last match we saw Boa twist Durning's arm every which way, and now Orion doing a bit of the same.
Outside of the MMA background, this man's really athletic for a big dude. Paul White could never do the stuff that you see this guy do in the ring either.
Athletic, he's technical, and I don't think arm throws away.
Oh!
Aha! Classic. Hey, I heard somebody say earlier Joey White got a haircut. I think he needs to shave some more of that off because Orion able to grab a handful of it there.
Now we see why Orion rocks the shaved head. I have no problem with that look, obviously, but
His might be by choice though, Travis.
all right, touche. As much as that hurt, I'll tell you what's hurting right now. Look at Joey White in this position, man. 320 pounds resting on your shoulder.
We talked earlier in the last match about how shoulders take a while for it to start to feel good again. The other thing too is when Orion had that arm wringer and wrist lock on Joey White had to get on his tippy toes just to try and get Orion's fingers tied.
Look how quick Joey White is able to roll through, and now he's palm striking those arms of Giant Orion. A little bit of small joint manipulation here. Look at those arms bending back. Joey White showing his technical prowess right now.
Joey White again using those long legs we talked about earlier.
What a victory this would be if he could not only beat Orion, but submit him.
Upset of the year.
I dare say, but I may have spoke too soon. Look at the strength of Orion. Just deadlifts him like nothing.
Like the man was nothing.
White is 6'3", 192 pounds, and Orion picked him up the way I pick up my...
When you say that, Joey White with the crucifix bomb. And Orion able to kick out.
And White must have been watching Durning in that last bout. He almost pulled the same trick.
This man is so strong.
Fireman's carry here.
This.
And a gut buster. I have to think this is it. 320 pounds laying on you, and Joey White somehow gets his shoulder up. It was, but I certainly thought that was it.
I mean, when you get someone that big laying on you, it doesn't take much of a maneuver to put you down.
Yeah, you don't really need to hook a leg when you're that size.
But to your point, Gary, if he hooks it, the match is over. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Gotta let the cocky, I think.
Man, Joey White may be too tough for his own good here, not giving up. Orion. Clenched onto that arm like a bear trap. And Joey White, flung into the turnbuckle.
Joey White thrown into a corner and bounced into another one.
This is starting to get scary. This is starting to get out of hand here. Orion, though, maybe shouldn't be focusing on the crowd. Maybe he should be focusing on Joey White.
Joey's tough. He's not going to back down. That's why I brought him in.
He called Joey the prodigal stunner. And it would be stunning if he was able to pull off this victory here. And look at that. Giant Orion, that size 16 boot, crushing the throat of Joey White.
Joey White, trained by Covey, coming out of Halifax. I know Covey's knows Orion a bit. I gotta wonder if he called his old mentor for some tips against Orion. Then again, I don't know. I don't know if it would do much good. But once you're in,
I don't think I've seen this. He has him in a hammerlock and he's just chopping that chest. And look at this. Joey's defenseless. Both his arms are tied back as his head's getting rammed to the turnbuckle.
What kind of advice would you give the man for this match? Survive? Well, pretty much it.
don't get hit.
Well, you mentioned he was trained by a man with the last name Christ. I think he should be praying is the best advice I would give.
He's in the right spot.
Pray and hope for the best. Joey White, look at that athleticism. Oh, and a spinning back elbow. Hurts the Giant, follows up with a forearm. Creates some distance here. Full head of steam and eats a size 16 boot to the mud.
Sent him right back into the corner with that
Wow,
kick.
look at these push kicks and a huge big boot.
Joey White using those long limbs like we talked about. He sent Orion right back into the corner.
Torture rack position here.
Orion got planned.
Torture rack into a spinning neck breaker. Is that it?
Joey White just got dropped from 6 stories.
What is Joey White made out of? Wow.
Wow.
I mentioned earlier when you saw Joey using that cravat, he likes to use the move. He likes to use the move White Light. I thought he was seeing White Light after that maneuver, Coach said.
I started to get up to go to the bathroom because I thought the match was over. Joey White showing some heart.
The gas from the crowd when he kicked out almost took all the air out of their whole building.
But I don't think there's anything more intimidating, though, when Orion pulls those straps down. Not that he didn't mean business before.
It usually means the beginning and the end.
What? This feels like a trap.
Orion just took White's best shot.
He just bounced back up like it was nothing. The man got hit by a literal bullet.
Did you
Again,
see the sweat fly off Joey White?
I think some of it hit us. Oh, and again,
Joey White
Orion
doesn't know how to stay down.
dropped again with a chop and up again because this kid is all heart.
Joey White doing his best Steve Rogers that could do this all day.
You see Joey White, trying to cut him down with those European uppercuts, but again, for the third time, dropped by that chop.
He's not getting up after that. He's getting up a little slower after that one.
I don't know if Joey White's got any loved ones in attendance, but they're going to have to throw up a Joey White flag.
That might be the smartest decision, as much as I hate to agree. Once again,
Just keeps getting back up.
oh, lariat, no effect, nothing on it.
I'll give it to the kid. He's braver than me. After that first chop, I would have been like, all right, I'm taking a knee. This is yours, Orion.
3 lariats did absolutely nothing. Broke the Giant! And again, with a full head of steam, drops him twice. And again, Joey ducks the offense. Just palms him by the head like a basketball. And an absolute slam dunk from Joey White.
This is unreal. I got to be honest, I know a little bit about Joey White. I know he's a great athlete. When I heard about this matchup, I thought it was a foregone conclusion, and now I'm not so sure.
I mentioned basketball, and I think Joey White did a little AI step over on Orion, and now he's going to the top rope.
You mentioned the ceiling earlier.
It's all right. Oh no! And into the hands of Orion, the last place you want to be.
Joey Joey White.
Joey White, pardon me, thinking white light.
Come on, Travis, there's kids in the crowd.
My apologies to the fans at home, superstars of all. Joey White fighting Orion. Oh, jeez, I'll never hear the end of that one. But speaking of the ends, Joey White seems like he's in a lot of trouble.
Look, you might be in a lot of trouble
I
after
think
this
so,
match.
too.
Give it up to Joey White, though. He's got this man winning.
Mr. Daniels, please don't find me for that one.
Y'all were fun.
But anyways,
It happens. You took some bumps last time. Don't blame it for the bumps that you took last time. You're still a little ratty.
I laughed, but this is no laughing matter,
No,
guys.
it's not.
Look at
Joe-
this. Oh!
Still trying. What?
Hurricanrana into the pinfall. 1, 2, oh my! Orion kicks out. How did he do that?
I almost threw up. I thought he had him. Good Lord.
Wow. This crowd would have.
I gotta wonder, when Orion was making the trip down, did he think Joey White would be putting up this much of a fight?
I didn't think Joey White would be put up this
He's
much
been
of a fight when I signed him.
We've seen him go for the white light twice. Do you think if he connects it this late, he's going to score the upset?
And they always say about the big man, the longer a match goes, if you're a big man wrestler, the more tired you get. And
That one he didn't reverse. And a good cover.
Choke slam.
After by Joey White, but no one's surviving that.
I literally thought that match was over 5 different times.
You know, we mentioned that ceiling as an opponent in its own right. I think Orion just choke slammed him from the ceiling.
Yeah, he did.
You see the height on that thing.
Get up so high, we may have to reach out in the pocketbook and replace one of these ceiling tiles.
You know what? Dino Ryan, 7 foot, 320 pounds, and it took him nearly driving Joey White through the ring to get that victory.
Not to Joey White. What a performance that Joey White is tonight. He's getting drugged out of the ring, but literally, like, he put Orion to the list.
Yeah.